Exploration was first invented in 1492 AD by Christopher Columbus when he set sail and discovered America. Since then, many people decided to copy this trend and start to explore in other places around the world. One example being such as the famous Farlands pilgrimage by the players Kusanagi Miko, 8mm and Dupe D1. These players, and more, were one of the first to reach the infamous location in the modern beta server known as the Farlands. But wait, what are the Farlands? The Farlands were a bug in the game's terrain generation which causes the terrain itself to stop functioning approximately 12.5 million blocks from the world's origin. This subsequently resulted in large spongy protuberances that rose from the ground. But, you may ask, why would a player go through this borderline Sisyphean feat just to visit these sponge walls? One reason may be for bragging rights, knowing you are one of few to reach this location which takes multitudinous hours of walking is nothing to ignore. Another reason is that due to the broken terrain, ore mining is much more efficient as there are many exposed ores deep in the caverns of the Farlands. However, to be honest, I have no clue why others ventured their way to this location. All I do know is my reason for it, and that being the aforementioned riches that await me deep in the bowels of the Farlands. So here begins my story of the protracted journey to gain insurmountable wealth on the modern beta server. It all began on day 1, where I had calculated the time needed to travel the required 12.5 million blocks. Using the nether as a fast transport method where 8 overworld blocks is equal to 1 nether block, this reduces the distance we need to travel to approximately 1.5 million blocks. We start with the knowledge that players walk at 4.3 blocks per second, and move at 8 blocks per second on a minecart. I knew that there is a railway that extends for 400,000 blocks and subsequently ends. We can use speed equals distance over time to find how long it will take to reach the end of the minecart section, and add that to the time taken to walk the rest of the 1.1 million blocks. This gives us a sum of 3.53 days or 3.05 to the power of 20 femtoseconds of continuous walking to reach our destination. After that, I created a second account so that I could efficiently begin walking to the Farlands. Then, I gave myself some gear at my base and set off for the treacherous and prolonged journey to the Farlands. After arriving at the Farlands railway, I set sail and promptly went to sleep. Sleeping was the erudite tactic I employed to get myself through this mind-grating journey. By going to sleep while leaving my PC on, I could traverse thousands of blocks seemingly instantaneously. On the first day I had already reached the 100,000 overworld checkpoint. You may ask, what is a checkpoint? Checkpoints are portals set along the Farland path at every notable coordinate. These are useful for setting your spawn so that you don't die and respawn thousands of blocks away at spawn. Even after reaching 12,500 nether, I continued on and eventually found a sign from somebody that I knew. This was the co-founder of a renowned city called Coal Rock, with Demaki and Puppy Spasm both being the founders. I was once blessed with the opportunity to be toured around this brutalist city by both of the owners themselves. By the way, did you know Puppy Spasm and Demaki own the wool depot in the Cardinal Marketplace? This is a result of me fulfilling a contractual obligation and advertising the wool depot located in the Cardinal Marketplace, where they currently sell 4 stacks of wool at the low cost of 1 diamond. With that being said, I carried on in my minecart, reaching more checkpoints along the way. At every checkpoint I tried to take screenshots as a small reminder of my journey and as a way to document this story. Finally, at the end of day 1, I ended the first expedition at 200,000 nether or 1.6 million overworld. Yet, I kept going. I carried on reaching more and more checkpoints and deploying the intellectable tactic formerly known as sleeping, and reaching more of the aforementioned checkpoints. Here are some more screenshots of the checkpoints since I can't find a way to speak about it directly and make it flow into the script better. The cycle was perfect. I AFK overnight and wake up 100,000 blocks closer towards the goal. That was until disaster struck. The Minecraft Bedrock servers died. or something IDK. I was locked out of joining the server and therefore could not continue my valiant journey to the Farlands, and only then, when the servers were revitalized after a painstaking and excruciating amount of time, did disaster strike twice. The Geyser servers died. The plugin that allows Java and Bedrock cohabitation updated, which caused an outage in the server for a myriad of days. This truly was the worst week ever. But as the saying goes, lightning never strikes 3 times, and finally the modern beta servers were back to working. And with that, I continued walking. Until...
Oh my god. I did it.
I had done it. After multitudinous hours of walking, after many setbacks, I had finally reached my first goal of getting to the Farlands. It was as beautiful as ever. Each spongy protuberance brought a tear to my eye. It really was a piece of modern art that rivaled the Mona Lisa. Now, for my second aforementioned goal, time to get rich. And with that, here is where the ongoing story comes to an end. I am still at the Farlands getting very affluent, and I plan to continue on getting richer as the days go by, in the hopes that one day I will return with my bounty to be able to live a lavish life. Now, I want to say thank you all for watching so diligently to the very end. This video has taken me a lot of time to create, and I do plan to make more in the future. With that said, goodbye and good night.